iPads will be available to more Northeast DuBois students this upcoming school year. More on that, plus Indiana State Police have unveiled a new link on their meth suppression website, and Purdue Extension educator Jan Dugan is tonight's guest on Inform. All of that and much more is up next here on the 18 WJTS News. Hello, I'm Bradford Raths. We begin tonight with a Huntingburg woman being taken into custody after one of her children ran away from home. Just prior to 11:20 last night, Huntingburg police were called to a residence in the 400 block of North Washington Street on a runaway child report. Police found the 17-year-old teenager a few blocks away from the residence and brought him back to the residence. After the officers went to the residence with the teen, they spoke with 32-year-old Shannon Stuckey. Stuckey, the mother of the teen, and another 9-year-old child were both at the residence, and Stuckey was found to be under the influence of both alcohol and prescription drugs. Police say Stuckey took the drugs from the 17-year-old son. Stuckey was lodged in the DuBois County Security Center. She is facing a Class D felony for neglect of a dependent. The Department of Child Services also assisted. The usage of iPads is set to be expanded in the Northeast DuBois School Corporation. Last night, the Northeast DuBois School Board heard that the iPads were set to be offered to students in grades 5 through 7, starting with the upcoming school year. DuBois Middle School Principal Ryan Case says students want more technology to help them with classwork. He says the iPads may not completely replace the textbooks, however.
We have a mix and match. Some kids really like that. Some students would rather read on the iPad. So we do have copies of books available, but what we're going to try to limit doing is purchasing new textbooks, because we can't afford iPads and textbooks. So we're going to be smart in the way we do that.
Case says getting the iPads to the younger students will make things easier, with several teachers now giving online assignments. He says decisions about potentially introducing iPads at the elementary level will be made sometime in the future. In final notes, the board heard more about the recent awarding of a safety grant to the district by the state. Superintendent Bill Hoaksong says the district got the maximum amount of $35,000. He says most of that money will be used to remodel the entrance to the middle school to make it more secure, and the matching part of the grant will go towards replacing worn-out doors on several of the corporation's buildings. The board also heard that the district's Title I budget is also set to increase for the upcoming school year. The budget this year will be just under $68,700. That budget will allow for the hiring of an additional part-time assistant, giving the corporation more help in that area. Indiana State Police have now unveiled a new link on its meth-fighting website. The new link lists properties that have been identified by law enforcement as a place where a clandestine drug lab has been housed. The link was unveiled in conjunction with Governor Mike Pence's signing of House Bill 1141 into law yesterday. Now, when you go to the site, you will be able to see the date that the lab was seized, what county the lab is located in, street address, the type of lab, and where on the property the lab was. Additionally, the site will list vehicle identification numbers for labs that were seized in vehicles after December 31st of 2012. The website only lists those labs that have been reported to state police through an ISP criminal incident report or through another police agency turning in an EPIC 143 report. There are timeline and delisting requirements for each entry under House Bill 1141. If an address falls within the statutory timelines, users can download the state police's occurrence report and the Certificate of Illegal Drug Lab Cleanup from the Indiana Department of Environmental Management that is submitted for a property. Folks who discover through a real estate transaction that there was an unreported clandestine lab on the property they're buying can call the state police's meth suppression section at 317-234-4591. And if you live in Indiana, you can actually call 1-877-MSS-METH. State police are then able to determine if a property was delisted after being cleaned up or if it was never reported. The website can be viewed by going to meth.in.gov. Questions should be directed to First Sergeant Nikki Crawford by dialing 317-234-4591. A Michigan-based furniture testing company has gotten national certification for its Jasper testing facility. Officials with Holland, Michigan-based Advanced Furniture Testing say the company has achieved accreditation for several of its test standards. These include the Business Plus Institutional Furniture Manufacturers Association, the Kitchen Cabinetry Manufacturers Association, the Canadian General Standards Board, and General Services Administration. The accreditation was earned through the American Association for Laboratory Accreditation, or A2LA. A2LA provides an extensive variety of accreditation services to organizations in accordance with standards that are published by the Organization for Standardization, which helps companies who are looking for ways to differentiate themselves from competitors. Advanced Furniture owner Doug Woodard says it's important for people to get their furniture tested. He says the company is proud to be recognized with the accreditation from A2LA. Finalists for a prestigious Rotary Club of Jasper Award have now been announced. There are 8 finalists in all for this year's 3rd presentation of the Athena International Leadership Award. They are Juanita Boehm, Judy Brown, Jan Dugan, Sue Habig, Donna Oding, Hannah Sitzman, Brenda Sermersheim, and Kathy Treader. This year's ceremony is set to get underway at 6 o'clock on Thursday, August 21st at the Huntingburg Events Center. Leah Curry will serve as the keynote speaker. Curry is the Vice President of Manufacturing for Toyota Motor Manufacturing of Indiana. Founded in 1982, Athena International is a nonprofit organization that seeks to support, develop, and honor women leaders. Since its beginning, more than 6,500 of the awards have been presented to exemplary female leaders across more than 500 communities around the world. As mentioned, this marks the 3rd award to be presented here in DuBois County. Jane Chappell was honored as the inaugural winner, while Brenda Stallings won the award last year. The presentation is being sponsored by German American, Kimball International, Master Brand Cabinets, and Memorial Hospital and Healthcare Center, among others. Finally this evening, an annual art exhibit is set to return to the Jasper Arts Center's Crimp Gallery beginning next month. The Jasper Community Arts Commission has announced the 46th annual DuBois County Art Guild exhibit. This exhibit features work from local artists that belong to the Guild. Work from a variety of mediums will be featured with the exhibit. This year's works are going to be judged by Stephanie Frazier. Frazier serves as an art professor and art department chair for the University of Evansville. Now, this exhibit will stretch across 2 months at the Crimp Gallery. Items will be on display beginning July 2nd and will continue through August 27th. The first Thursday reception for this year's Art Guild is set for July 10th from 5 to 8 p.m., and small paintings are set to be given away as part of that reception. The Crimp Gallery is open to the public from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, open until 7 p.m. on Thursdays, and from noon till 3 p.m. every Sunday. All right, coming up after the break, your local forecast, sports with Kurt Guxell, and Inform with Jan Dugan. That's all up next here on the 18 WJTS News. Local people watching local people.